a clip of our national security spokesman, John Kirby, man of the people. Sorry, man of killing the people. And this is from a few days ago, but it basically is him admitting the U.S. perpetrated genocide. He seems he kind of accidentally admits it, but if you listen to the wording, wait a second. Anyway, yeah, I'll just hit play.
Thanks so much. Is it the White House's view that the elimination of Hamas is an attainable goal?
What we've said before is, well, first of all, the Israelis should speak to their military goals. We have said that we absolutely believe they have the right and responsibility to eliminate the threat that Hamas poses to the Israeli people. Now, they have said for themselves, Peter, that the way they're going about that is really targeting infrastructure, tunnels and command and control nodes, as well as leadership. It is not.
Now, first of all, I just want to say that that's bullshit. They're not just targeting infrastructure and leadership. They are targeting children and hospitals and journalists and medics and UN workers. And so the idea that they're going after infrastructure. Oh, really? Did the what, 100 UN workers you've murdered, did they all look like a pipeline? Did the 100 journalists you murdered, did they all appear to be a police station in Gaza? Is that what it was? It's bullshit. But anyway, that's not the point. That's not why I'm playing the clip.
Targeting infrastructure, tunnels and command and control nodes, as well as leadership. It is not that unusual or different approach than we took ourselves in places like Iraq and Afghanistan, going out.
He just said it is a similar tactic to what we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. Israel is perpetrating a full-scale dictionary definition, according to Holocaust Memorial Fund's website. Dictionary definition genocide. And here's John Kirby, the national spokesman for National Security Council, saying that we did the same thing in Iraq and Afghanistan. You're saying we perpetrated genocide in Iraq and Afghanistan? Now, here's the thing. I don't really disagree with you. I'm just surprised to hear the U.S. government admit that. That seems like quite an admission. Yeah, what Israel's doing in Gaza, killing over 25,000 people in 100 days. 70% women and children, 43 or 45% children. That is the same thing we did in Iraq and Afghanistan. Boy, that's fascinating, John Kirby. I didn't know you were so willing to just dive right in and say the U.S. perpetrated genocide, but okay then.
After the leadership network. Now, you can certainly significantly degrade a terrorist organization's ability to operate, train, and conduct attacks by going after its leadership. You are probably not going to eliminate the ideology which underpins that group, and we've seen.
Also, this going after the leadership thing is also bullshit and garbage because, yeah, sure, Israel, if they could find Hamas leadership, yes, they'd kill them. I'm not saying they wouldn't, but that's not really their aim. Their aim is to ethnically cleanse Gaza. That's their aim. So if they kill Hamas leadership, it's almost accidental. It's almost like, well, we were murdering tens of thousands, so you're going to hit a couple of Hamas leaders. However, as I brought to you the other day, even the New York Times has admitted, although it was quietly in a tiny, sub-paragraph, has admitted that Israel so far has killed 0 senior Hamas leaders. 0. So Israel has not achieved that, if that is their goal. I think it's quite evident that their goal is, they don't actually care about Hamas leadership that much. Their goal is to ethnically cleanse the area, bombing anything and everything, trying to take out the hospitals so that anyone who's injured or hurt in any way will ultimately die, and anyone who gets a disease will ultimately die. And when it's the most, one of the most packed tightly populations on the planet, 2.2 million people on a 25-mile stretch, then you're going to have disease. And the one thing that would allow people to survive that disease would be the hospital system, which Israel has gone ahead and utterly destroyed. I think there's like one still functional hospital. So I wanted to bring you that our own national security spokesman saying that what Israel's doing right now is not that much different than what we do. It's genocide. What's a genocide amongst friends, right? It's very similar to what we love genociding. They love genociding.